Hello everyone and welcome back to the Coin Oracle. So what I have for you today is I have two cheeses for you today. I have red Leicester cheese from Britain and I have Alpenhorn cheese from the Netherlands or Switzerland. It's one of those two, I forgot. So I don't have enough content for both of these to be their own separate videos. So I'll just explain to you the red one first because I actually did get a lot on it. But the Alpenhorn cheese I could not find anything on. I just couldn't. I even went back to the HG Market, like where I got the cheese from, and they didn't have a clue either. So, as for the red Leicester cheese, formerly known as Leicester or Leicestershire cheese, is a traditional hard English cheese made from unpasteurized cow's milk. The history of the cheese dates back from the 17th century when the farmers recognized the need to make and look their cheese apart from the cheese made in other parts of the country. They decided that the color of the cheese should denote its richness and creaminess to sell it apart from the cheddar and highlight of the quality cheese. So, Leicester is colored with the vegetable dye called annatto. The rind is a reddish orange with a powdery mold on it, although this one is not. This one is cloth based. So, traditionally, the rind is a reddish orange with a powdery mold on it. The color indicates that the milk used has a high cream content. Today, only a couple of the farms in Leicestershire make the cheese using traditional methods and raw milk. Red Leicester is a hard cheese, similar to cheddar but much more moist, crumblier with a milder flavor. It matures faster than cheddar and can be sold as young as 2 months. A good Leicester cheese can be identified by a firm body and a close flaky texture. Though the cheese can be consumed young, to reach its optimum flavor, it should be allowed to mature for 6 to 9 months. A good cheese tastes slightly sweet with an almost caramel flavor and builds up more of a robust taste as it ages. So now for me to try to taste the cheese. So I've had let my brother try a piece, but as for what I've tasted, not much, not enough to be comparable. And the rind, like it's cloth based, so this is gonna be one interesting. It's already see, it's a really crumbly cheese. It's firm but crumbly. So I'm just go ahead and cut out the rind parts. Rind. Let's see. This is real crumbly. I'll just try this piece right here. So, oh, that's really good. I get what they're saying. It reminds me a whole lot of cheddar, but the flavor is a lot more robust since this is not a young cheese. This is not a younger variant. It's very robust, very sharp, and it's very nice. And I think the red really complements not I mean obviously not its taste, but just the overall look of the cheese. It looks very good and it tastes pretty much exactly how it looks. It's really good and I'd recommend it if you can find it anywhere. So now the Alpenhorn cheese. Now the Alpenhorn cheese, I could not find a single thing on it. Not a history note, not a document, nothing. So what I'm assuming happened was they just sort of made the cheese, but they didn't localize it anywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I can about this cheese. This has a nutty, almost meaty flavor for what it is. I have tried a piece of this because I can go ahead and describe it to you. But I'll go ahead and try it again on video. But this one is made somewhere in the midst of Switzerland, from what I could look up and see. And it's a very old traditional cheese, and the people who make it come from some southern region of of Switzerland. And so this is a very rich Swiss cheese, obviously because it's made from the Swiss. So I'll go ahead and try this one out and see if it held up from the last time I tried it. This one is a softer cheese, but it is a little hard to cut. It's not as firm, and if you ever had just like regular, it is the same consistency as like Swiss cheese, but let's like the ones with the holes in it. So let's go ahead and try this one out. It hits different. Like when you think of cheese, you really think of savory and salty. But this one, it's almost a more mild taste. Whereas this one was extremely sharp and robust, this one is extremely mild and not robust. But the flavor and texture is almost meaty. Yeah, it's extremely nutty, meaty, and extremely mild. And especially what you would expect from a Swiss variant cheese. If you can find anything on Alpenhorn cheese, I would love it to see, I would love to see it in the comments below. But as for now, this has been the Coin Oracle with Alpenhorn cheese and red Leicester cheese. And I'll see y'all in the next episode.